Ibaru desu. Okay, so today I'm gonna talk about 9 ways you can use a language in order to learn the language. I'm gonna talk about some pros and cons with each method, and also what you need to think about and be careful about to make it more efficient. Either way, here are the 9 methods. Reading, movies, series, videos, manga, chatting, writing, talking, singing, studying, games. Reading. Reading is it's very efficient because you come across a lot of vocabulary. So it's a good way to expand your vocabulary. However, the bad thing about reading is that you only have text. So in other words, if you don't understand what's written, it can be pretty boring. So I do recommend reading if you're already at a pretty high level, like more or less fluent already. But if you're not at a high level, I don't recommend it. Yeah. It's crazy. Movies and series. I think movies and series are very good because you can be a complete beginner and still enjoy it. Because you have subtitles. You need to be careful though, so you don't rely too much on the subtitles. I mean, if you're only reading the subtitles without listening to the characters, you can probably watch movies forever and still not learn anything, right? However, as long as you listen to what the characters say and maybe like imitate the characters and also like try to look at the subtitles and what the characters say and try to understand what means what. I think it's a good way to learn. It's also good because you also get to learn how the language is supposed to sound like. Like you learn the pronunciation and intonation and the flow of the language. You can also like watch a movie with subtitles first, and then you can like watch it again without subtitles. That's also good. Or if you're just starting to get better, you can just remove subtitles completely. That's also fine. But yeah, I highly recommend it. Yeah, that's some good stuff. Videos, like YouTube videos, they're pretty much the same as watching a series or movie. I mean, there's not much difference in how you learn from it. However, like if you're watching a YouTube video, you can also read the comments. That could be something extra, but yeah, pretty much the same. そして僕は新世界の神となる. I think he wants to become a god. Comic books. Comic books are not as efficient as reading books in terms of how much vocabulary you encounter. So if you're high level, you're probably gonna learn faster from reading books. However, I think it's probably the opposite if you're a little bit lower level, because it's probably gonna be more efficient to learn from a comic book since you have pictures that can help you understand the language more. It's also more enjoyable if you're not high level, because you can understand a little bit more with the pictures. But yeah, overall I think it's a pretty good way to learn. So I highly recommend it. Do you wanna play some games? Chatting and writing. Chatting and writing is pretty good because you usually write and chat as you talk. It's a good way to practice your conversation skills without actually talking. And it's also good because if you're chatting with someone who's native in the language you're learning, they can also help you with your like flaws. They can correct your sentences. Not only if you're chatting with someone, but also if you like, I don't know, posting something on Instagram or Facebook, or I don't know, you can ask the person to, you can ask a friend to correct your language. So yeah, I think it's a very good way to learn. I highly recommend it. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're doing good?
Yeah. And you?
Yeah, I'm good, I'm good. Nice weather today, right?
Yeah, I think so. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, let's play.
Yeah, we can play some soccer.
Soccer.
Okay, nice, good. Let's go. Yeah. Talking. Of course, if you want to get good at talking, it's good to talk. The only problem is finding someone to talk with can be a bit difficult. I mean, there are some web pages where you can do like language exchange, like some kind of like pen pal site, or I don't know. But yeah, like you can make a friend or girlfriend or boyfriend, or you can also have someone to stay at your home, like a homestay, or you can stay at someone else's home. The only thing you need to be careful about is that the one you're, like if you make a, I don't know, boyfriend or girlfriend for example, if your partner is better at English than you are at their native language, you're probably just gonna talk English. So it's the best is to find someone who has worse English than your language level of the language you want to learn. Yeah, so I highly recommend that. And of course I recommend talking as well, overall. But yeah. Songs. Songs are not like the most efficient way to learn a language, I think. Partly because the way they pronounce things, or like words in songs, are usually a bit strange. Also, the phrases they use are usually not like phrases you would use in a conversation maybe. But yeah, it's probably not gonna hurt you, so like it can be a good additive if you're using another method as well. So maybe you're reading books and comic books and watching movies, and you're also listening a little bit to songs and looking at the lyrics. That's not bad, of course, but I don't think you can become fluent by only listening to songs. So, yeah. It won't hurt you, but I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah. 次の式を因数分解しなさい. Studying. Of course, I'm not talking about studying the language. I'm talking about studying another subject in the language you want to learn. For example, I don't know, math or social studies or I don't know, anything, right? I don't think it's like, this is like you're listening to songs. I don't think it's the most efficient way to become like good at talking. However, the good thing about studying another subject is that you can learn another subject at the same time as you're also learning another language. So it's kind of like two birds with one rock, right? Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, let's see here. What's this? Slithering Crush. Oh, okay. Oh, got some cooldown here. What about this? Refresh. Ah, okay. No cool. So refresh. Okay, refresh the cooldown. What's this? Speru uchi hodai. Ah, okay. No cooldown. I see. Interesting. Games. The efficiency of learning from games is maybe not so high. I mean, of course, it depends a lot on what game you're playing. I mean, if you're playing Tetris or Super Mario, you might only encounter like, I don't know, start, game over, victory. I don't know. However, if you play a game like, I don't know, Pokemon or Zelda, where there's a lot more text to read and text you have to read, I think it can be, I mean, of course not as efficient as like reading books and watching movies maybe, but still pretty efficient. Efficient enough. And the good thing about games is that it's, I mean, most people can probably agree on that games are fun, and they can even be addictive, so the good thing about game is that you can spend a lot of hours doing it. So even if the efficiency is not like the highest, you can make up for that with the amount of hours that you play. But yeah, so I do recommend games. Also, if you're already playing a game in, I don't know, English or something, you can, if you can change the settings to the language you want to learn. So yeah, I would recommend that if you're learning a language. Okay, so that's enough for this video. In my next video, I'm gonna talk about the benefits of learning another language even if you don't become fluent. So stay tuned. See you. Bye.